Everyone knows One Piece is long. It's also one of the reasons why most people don't get into One Piece. They brush it off as being too long. And to that I say, that's what she said. Okay, I'm sorry. Wow, 5 seconds in and we already have a that's what she said joke. My humor's broken. Anyways, as I say, most One Piece antis use One Piece's length as an argument for why it's bad, even though it's a very flawed argument. So this video is for all the One Piece haters who hate it purely because of its length, as well as all the One Piece fans who'd watch anything if it means One Piece equals good. I relate. One Piece's length is good primarily due to how Eiichiro Oda works. Oda is a god at foreshadowing, and he achieves this at times by setting up arcs that have one job: lore dumping and setting up information. Pretty much every arc One Piece fans would call mid are actually filled with lore and can only be truly appreciated much later on. Except for Long Ring Long Land. I don't know what went on through this man's head during that time. Fuck that arc and fuck Foxy. The most prominent example of what I just talked about is Skypiea. In present day, Skypiea is one of the most renowned arcs in pre-timeskip One Piece, and it's all because of lore. We get to see a lot of One Piece lore and foreshadowing in this arc that didn't make sense until well after the timeskip. Hockey, for example. In Skypiea, we got to see hockey for the first time, even though it's called mantra. It was still the first time we got to see any form of hockey in the story. Well, other than Shanks in episode 1. But who gives a fuck about Shanks? Not like he's one of the best hockey users in the world or anything. Oda's ability to reference other arcs that occurred a long time ago makes the story more interesting for readers, as it constantly keeps us on edge. Oda is a genius when it comes to foreshadowing and referencing previous arcs, and it makes One Piece length one of its greatest strengths. And all of this is due to Oda's genius, by the way. God, why am I like a full-on Oda simp right now? Average One Piece Twitter user, for real. One Piece's length also allows for it to have one of, if not the best world building. While yes, each separate arc itself has amazing world building, with each island having its own unique culture and geography, seeing how all of these islands interact with each other makes Oda the goat of world building. New drinking game just dropped. Take a shot every time I praise Oda. Easy way to get alcohol poisoning. The islands of One Piece all interact with each other in their own unique ways, which I find fascinating. For example, take the entirety of the Yonko Saga. Every single island interacts with each other in their own different ways. Whole Cake Island and Fishman Island interact with each other, as Fishman Island has to pay tax to Big Mom and Whole Cake. All of the islands post-timeskip, other than Fishman Island, I guess, were part of the underground trade. They all had some part in the weapon and small fruit manufacturing. And all of the One Piece islands also interact through the rivalry. These are just a few examples, but it's painstakingly clear that Oda's world building is only as good as it is because each island gets time to be fleshed out and have interactions with others. It's also painstakingly clear that this video is just me simping for Oda. Okay, you know what, let's move on to a different topic. Donuts. Ace is a good example of how the longer One Piece goes on, the more complex the character can get. Before Ace's open heart surgery, he was kind of a dumb character. We just saw how he wanted revenge and was driven by his emotions with no rationale. After Sakazuki entered it though, let me rephrase. After Sakazuki failed a surgeon exam, we see more of Ace, and as the years go on, his character becomes a lot more developed. I don't think Oda's style of writing would have survived if his manga was confined to 200 chapters. Especially with Ace's recent appearance in chapter 1000, it's obvious that Oda takes time with each character, allowing them multiple arcs to grow. This is also shown with the Straw Hats. Each of them gets their own arc to grow and develop as characters, which, obviously, takes time, and a lot of chapters. Oh yeah, speaking of characters, let's talk about One Piece's cast. One Piece is a very diverse cast that is highly praised for being one of the best casts in all of anime. With over 1,000 characters, one half of them being Big Mom's children, it's surprising that every single character still stands out. Take Dressrosa, for example. Every single character in Dressrosa is highly memorable. In fact, I can name all of them right now. Flashback Girl, Baby Dude, Dancer Person, Luffy Simp, Cavendish Simp, Budget Dorian Broggy, Shanks but with the leg, Law, that one dude with the long head, that one blind guy, Snotman, Corpse Voice. Who the fuck? Okay, being serious though, One Piece is one of the best casts in all of anime, which wouldn't be possible without its length. It also allows for a ton of characters to be introduced every arc and enables Oda to let his creativity run on loose. Or his other desires run loose. One Piece's length also makes it feel much better as an adventure. The length of One Piece makes us readers and watchers, especially the watchers, feel like they belong in a crew and they are there, truly following Luffy's journey. Seeing the Straw Hats go from the weak, optimistic crew that they were in episode 50 to the absolute Giga Chad crew they are right now at episode 1000 feels really good. One Piece truly feels like a journey, and watching it makes you feel like a proud parent watching kids, who are much older than you, grow up. Seeing Zoro go from losing to Mihawk to being the self-proclaimed king of hell, to watch Luffy go from just a young boy who posed no real threat to the world to a Yonko and by far the closest person to Laugh Tale, other than Shanks, to see Chopper grow up right before our eyes and to see Sanji still be horny. I mean, that's by far the most impressive thing. My guy has been horny for like 1,000+ episodes. Like, what I'm trying to say is that the length of One Piece is what makes it truly a journey. Its adventure and journey aspect wouldn't be the same if it was confined to just 300 chapters. Take the first 300 chapters of One Piece as an example. We'd be in the middle of Skypiea, so let's just take the end of Skypiea for our example. It wouldn't feel like truly a journey if our show ended there, as many of the characters wouldn't have gone through actual character development. We wouldn't have been able to see them grow and mature like we do throughout the rest of the story. At this point in the story, Robin, Sanji, Usopp, and even Zoro haven't had time to mature. Side note, I know Zoro hasn't had like a dedicated story arc, but I do think we've seen him mature greatly throughout the story, especially following Thriller Bark and Sabaody, where we see his captain go through pain and suffering, causing him to grow more and become more emotionally mature and stable for his crew. Just a random side tangent there, but yes. Another reason why One Piece being long is good is, well, there's more fun stuff. One Piece is peak fiction, and it's very long, meaning if you are a One Piece fan, you eat well. You get 1,000 episodes to enjoy the ride and just bask in One Piece's glory. It's a dumb reason, I know, but when people go, I won't watch One Piece, it's too long, just think about how if you like One Piece, then you're literally winning. Overall, One Piece length is a good thing, like long things usually are. One Piece being long allows Oda to operate like, well, how he operates. Without One Piece being over 1,000 chapters long, I do not think it would be as good as it is. Anyway, the real reason why One Piece being long is good is because it allows for us to meet more husbandos and waifus. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Oh, also, subscribe if you want to.